Welcome, everyone, to this very special first ever episode of Money with Soul, where I am going to host the conversation, but that is not what is going to happen in the future because today I being Sarah Hawley, should introduce myself first, I suppose. I am interviewing Pereira, who is the founder of Soul Money and will be the host of the Money with Soul podcast.
I think the idea behind the podcast is really just to share some of the philosophies of where soul money is and how it's coming into the world. So I think in the past, it's a lot about you have this goal or this money objective, and then the money becomes the objective, and then at some point in the future, you become free when you've got enough money. And that paradigm just isn't working.
The feeling of freedom with money can come from having a good cash flow system set up, but it can also come from exploring and untying our relationships with money, our money stories.
You can only hold and have as much money as that you feel worthy of. We're seeking out the things that feel aligned to where we want, but for now. So it's not about how much money we have. It's about who we are, how we show up, what our lifestyle is, and that freedom that comes when obviously you have to have enough money to support you, but it's about freeing that worry and having that automated so that you can actually, start to look at.
People are much more interested in like creating a bridge between their spiritual life and this kind of 3D life that we live, this very physical plane that we're on.
If you ask yourself, if you want to be truthful, life will give you all of the places where you're not truthful. I think the thing with anything in life is you have to love your day to day, and shedding the idea of who I had to be to become who I really am. That journey sort of just started peeling back some of the layers of the identity that I had built around myself, that safety net that I'd always had. Value comes from your energy, not from things, and not from having, like the label, like the clothes that have certain labels or the car that's got a certain label. Yeah, those things are nice, but that's not, if you tie your identity to those, it really doesn't fulfill you. Turning off that idea that money is an object that we obtain. It is really a representation of who we are, and that when we show up for ourselves, we show up for that flow. Because I can tell you, if we're spending more than we earn, that's an energy deficit, and that's what creates stress and pressure.
That energy and that life force and who we are as women and what our womb space and our yonis and that actually like births into the world, and we birth literal life. Is this expanding me or is this contracting me?
What you are seeking is seeking you. It's just about understanding that your energy is a vibration, and everything in this world is a
Mhm.
vibration. And so you are in charge of your vibration always, which means you're always in control of what you're attracting. And
It's almost like, my body, my being is like a tuning fork, and I'm always able to tap in and feel that energy and that vibration, like, because
yeah,
ultimately how we feel is the only thing that really matters. Like how we
yeah,
feel, this is really uncomfortable and this is not my frequency. Like my frequency is a leader. I'm going to move back into that vibrational frequency of someone who is well resourced, and it's happening. We don't get burnt out working hard on something that absolutely lights us up. Like,
yeah,
that is the stewarding of energy because it actually
yeah.
creates more energy.
You are here to discover who you really are and evolve and continue to evolve and grow. I think that's one of the things for me as well is you need to find people that are your cheerleader no matter what. Because when you're stepping on the path of your heart, there will always be people to tell you why it won't work, what will go wrong. You stepping out, it's going to feel really scary until you can trust yourself that it is all working out, until you build that when you actually come into that place of no matter what, like coming onto this podcast, doing a podcast itself, like it's like, you know what, no matter what, it's all working out.
I'm seeing the gifts that were always there, like the world is ready for them.
Fulfillment is a feeling, and that's what we want to really bring into our life. You cannot create when you're in survival. Like, you cannot do it.